You start and I'll come in a minute till Mumbai comes in.
Yeah, cool.
Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. United have won. United have won, people. United have won. Smash the likes. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. We're here. We're live. Manchester United somehow beat Everton 1-0. Oh, my God. What a game. We've been put through the blender. That was hard watch. That was really hard watch. That was hard watch, people. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel, people. It's hard watch, that. Absolutely hard watch. I'm just at Saeed's waiting for Bombay to jump on. But people, smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Oh, my days, people. Oh, my days. What a performance. What a performance from Lani. Honestly, what a performance, people. Big up, smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Where is he? Where's Bombay, man? Honestly. Oh my God.
What a finish. That was a hard watch. These players look like they didn't want it at one point, but it's 3 damn points. That's all I care about. Yes, that's all I care about. That's all we care about. That's all we care about, man. We're shameless. We don't care. I swear down, man, it was torture. These lot at one point, looked like they didn't want to play for the 3 points. This guy was blaming Michael Carrick. I blame these players today. I don't care what anybody says. I blame these players today.
They poured through the blender.
They poured through the blender. I'm sorry, man. Shocking. But we got the 3 points. I swear to you guys, put it into perspective. Put it into perspective. United today, when you look at it, Liverpool have dropped points. Yeah? Who else has dropped points? Aston Villa have dropped points. This was a moment to capitalize. Chelsea's dropped points. This is our moment now to gain Champions League football. This is our moment right now. Seize the moment. Seize the damn moment. Seni Lammens. Seni Lammens. I swear down, bro, you have changed my life. I watched Onana play for this football club. Mr. Flapper. Mr. Breadsticks. Mr. He don't know how to save. Seni Lammens. Thank you. Man of the match today, bro.
He would have conceded 3 goals tonight.
Bro, he would have conceded 3 goals. The save from, was it Michael Carrick? The assurance, the calmness. This guy just makes me feel okay. And it's very rare for me to feel that. It's very rare for me to feel that as a fan. Because you know what, man? This football club, has not had a good goalkeeper since David De Gea. We've had Bayandi, we've had Onana, we've had Heaton in between. Finally, this guy scouted Lammens, and I couldn't believe him. I said, who is he? Where's he come from? Who the hell is he?
Big up Jarvis as well.
Finally, Seni Lammens, bro. And I swear down, bro, he's the reason. People are going to talk about Sesko tonight. It's Seni Lammens.
Honestly.
I'm being deadly serious, you guys. Seni Lammens is the reason why this game is what it is.
Fact.
I'm telling you now, already.
3 points.
Seni Lammens is the reason why this game is what it is. Yeah. Being deadly serious with you guys. Seni Lammens. It wasn't great. It wasn't pretty. It was tough watch. These lot were a joke today. At one point, I wanted to cancel Cunha. I said, yo, bro, get back to the favelas. Get back to, go and learn how to be a Brazilian footballer. Because this is not jogador. This is not what we paid for. This is not Brazilian. At one point, I thought, yo, check his passport. Real talk, Cunha. I'm going to let you off today because
the pass for the goal.
The pass was
quality moment between him and Dynamo.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You cannot do that. You cannot do that, bro. Cunha. I'm sorry, man. You need to learn how to play football in the right way. Because this hero... with each other. Work with each other. Help each other. I'm sorry. Help each other. It's almost as if they don't know each other. They're all going mad at each other. Bruno wants to be hero. And Bruno wants to be hero. Wow. Who's going to be hero? Choose one. Pick one. Help each other. Because I'm sorry, you can blame Michael Carrick today. I hear you. But somebody's got with brain dead today. Casemiro.
Oh, God.
I think you're talking about too much resting. Too much resting for Casemiro.
Facts.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Broski, this guy went up to a resort and said he's retired. But no, we still got games left, bro. We still got games left. Casemiro, relax.
Relax. Bruno, captain. Talk to me about a captain tonight. Talk to me.
Bro, Bruno Fernandes, please, Bruno Fernandes, stop this. Stop this hero ball. Listen to me, yeah? You can tell me everything you want, yeah? I can never, for me, rate Bruno Fernandes. I'm sorry, guys. You can enjoy the GA, you can enjoy the stats here, but I'm sorry. There will never be a day where I agree of you. It's just for me. It's just something that it's an unrule. It's a written rule for me. It's a written rule for me that I cannot rate Bruno Fernandes. I'm sorry. If you guys want to rate him, if you guys want to be on that path, that's cool. But for me, I'm sorry. You're a captain. You're the captain of the football club. And I'm sorry, man. You need to understand, yeah, that there's principles. There's some things you can't do as a captain. You as a captain cannot be doing that. You can't. I'm sorry. Nobody's going to break it down for you. He's going to go man as a manager. I'm not. I'm sorry. Should Sesko start? Yes! Start. There are people like him and a lot of the fan base that have got knives against the manager. They're ready to hunt him down. Do not let them, yeah, win. Because what it is, yeah, is that people are looking for small little details. And I get it. To become the Manchester United manager,
you have to prove it. You have to earn your stripes.
I understand.
You can't give it for free.
I understand that. But there's certain things you got to do. This
in-game management is one of them.
This front three gimmick is not working. I'm sorry, guys. This front three gimmick here, Bruno, Cunha, Ahmad, it's not working. Ahmad has fell off a cliff. I don't know what's going on with Ahmad. Well, like Ramadan, we need to sort something out, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. Ramadan, Ahmad, I need you for Ramadan.
Something out.
Someone's going up. Something's happening right now. Is he training enough? Is he doing things right? Has he took it for granted, his position at Man United? I'm not sure.
I don't know what's going on.
But what I need to know, yeah, what I need to understand, yeah, is that Manchester United Football Club, yeah, I'm sorry, we need to start having a striker up front, get a hold-up play, get someone in there, and look at that. Already Sesko, right place, right flipping time. That's what a striker does. So please, stop this front three gimmick. Play the striker. Nuruddin, I'll let you talk to the people.
I have to say this, people, simple. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have anything against Michael Carrick. I do not have anything against Michael Carrick. I don't. You know what I have against people? I have people who are going too quickly and making these assumptions because we won a couple of games. I'm not getting emotionally manipulated by an ex-legend. That's not happening to me. So for me, it's the in-game management. Sesko should have started this game. Should have started. We actually crossed the ball more in the first half when he wasn't on the pitch than when he was on the pitch. This gimmick of these three guys is not working. Teams have worked it out. Teams that, not even that, saying a little bit, there's nothing. We got bullied today. We got bullied by them. We got bullied by them. I'm telling you, go and watch the stats. We got bullied by them today. Bullied by them today. That's what's happened, right? And the biggest thing for me is this. When I look at this game, I look at the game and think, Sesko should have been on because you know why I say, Jaskowski, you see the run. The run of the, I'm telling you, if I'm on the pitch, if Cunha's in Birmingham, we're not scoring that goal. Yes, those two were involved. But you need a cold-hearted striker. And I'm telling you, watch it again. Jaskowski gets left by Sesko. Absolutely. He's behind him. He's giving him a way head start. And he burns past him. Burns him till he puts the ball at the back of the net. So the biggest thing for me is that today, the players, absolutely shocking. Bruno Fernandes, shocking. Mbeumo and Cunha, before that little bit of link-up for the Sesko goal. Other than that, that's all they did in the game. That's all they did. And at the end, he was doing this against Ghana, shaking on the floor. Right?
Shameless.
That's what he did, right? And then he got off the pitch. But I'm telling you, that was one of the ugliest wins I've ever seen.
But you take that, though.
I'll take
Chelsea
it.
If they don't take that.
I'll take it.
Chelsea.
But he doesn't point me with confidence going into the next game.
Forget the confidence. With this right now, it's not time for confidence. Time for results. Time for wins. That's what we're at right now. It's a rat race. It's a rat race for the top 4, top 3, and I still believe in it. We still can get top 3. But you tell me, yeah, where Man United won't play ugly to the end of the season. You tell me when. There will not be an opportunity. There will not be a moment where United won't play ugly. I'm sorry, guys. There won't be.
It's going to be. I understand that games can go in ways, but I'm telling you, the biggest thing concern with me today was that we didn't create that much. We didn't create that many chances, and that's the big worrying thing because. When it's a race to get to somewhere, right? If you're staying put where you are, that's totally different. Yeah. When it's a race, you need to create things because you need some momentum into games. So you need to be able to create things. That's what you need to be able to do. You need to have a consistent balance of play. You need to have know-how in the box, in and around the area. That's what you need. Today, Casemiro, bozo moments. Absolutely, some of the things the players were doing today were just absolutely woeful. I swear to God, I have not seen. It was suffering. And then he brings on Mazraoui. He brings on Mazraoui.
I don't think
psychologically that changed the game. I don't care what anybody said. One line, you know that psychologically. That let Everton know that we're just going to try and hold this out.
But you know what?
We should have brought people to hold up the ball, go up the pitch more. They're not that great, Saeed. They've been woeful in the stadium. They've been woeful. They came out, you know what their thing, Saviour? You know what Moyes worked on the 13 days that they've not played? Guess what he's worked on? Or how many weeks they've not played? He's worked on how to go and rub Arteta fucking Pulic fucking tactics. How you going to try and bully? And then Lammens had the answers. Lammens gave me the answers. Lammens, no, I'm talking about fucking David Moyes. That's all he's coached. He coached that bullshit. Pulic, Arteta tactics. Just thinking, right, fire in the box, fine. Lammens, thank you, thank God, Lammens. Yeah. Thank God for Lammens. I always said Unana played against me. There's that famous run I had outside the stadium. In that Champions League, remember the Champions League against Galatasaray? I came out and I said, get him gone now. I said to get him out of the football club. But it takes, why do I always see it early? Why? And I said, any competent goalkeeper, regardless where you are, can do something for us. Lammens, thank God. Every one of those Muppet players need to go and thank Lammens for that 3 points. Every Manchester United fan needs to thank Lammens for that 3 points. That's what they need to do. That's what we need to do. He needs the one who got the 3 points tonight. It wasn't Carrick. It wasn't Steve Holland. It wasn't Woodgate. It wasn't any of those donkeys. It was Lammens. It wasn't Bruno. It wasn't Casemiro. It was Lammens.
Yeah. There you go, people, man. We're buzzing. I'm buzzing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your night. Listen, people, man. 3-point collectors. That's all that matters. Come on, United. Take care. United Real Therapy. Saeed TV. We're out.
Carry on, man. Carry on. Yeah.
Listen,
carry on, man. Carry on with the show now. I'll be home in a minute.
Take your time. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, guys. Big up, everyone.
Good evening, Sean. Big up, man. Welcome to United Real Therapy. So a massive 3 points puts us with a nice cushion in fourth now, 3 points ahead of Chelsea. Sean,
are you there, Sean? Are you there? Sean, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, Sean.
Dino, I've got it.
We're here. We can hear you.
Make your way home. Don't worry.
This guy's doing, man. Sean, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can hear you, Nuruddin.
Are you speaking?
Nuruddin.
Somebody let me know what's going on with Bumbaye. Are you having technical problems? Sean, are you speaking?
You're the one with technical problems, Nuruddin, because we can hear each other, we can hear you, but you can't hear us. That's the problem.
Okay, carry on with the show. I'll be there in a minute.
That's our intention.
Sean, good evening. Real Therapy. Good evening. A massive 3 points. Sean, how are you, man? And how did you see that game, bro?
I thought, to be honest, I think this was a very mature, very mature, very, I think of all the performances that we've seen from Carrick and from the team, I am most proud of this performance today because I think we matched Everton pound for pound in terms of the physicality that they were trying to give us. We defended well. We didn't panic. I think at times it looked like the crowd, at the stadium was trying to, get behind their team. and we're able to, I think, quiet them down to a large extent. So I'm very pleased, honestly, with the result today. I think there are a lot of people who were looking at United to drop points, looking to see that the Carrick revolution is actually a fluke or something. Looking for United to stumble in a weekend where Chelsea stumbled. It looks like Villa stumbled as well. So I think in past times United would not have taken advantage of this opportunity that we have today, but we did, and that's all I can ask for the team. I think we were clearly in the mix. Like, we were able to mix it up with Everton. Anyhow they wanted to give it to us, we were ready to give it to them back that way as well. So I think all in all, for me, this was a very, 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 very extremely pleasing performance. Because of the kind of like resilience that we showed, in my opinion. I think it could easily have been a draw. We could easily have conceded a goal in the second half and started panicking, right? And even if we had come back from a goal down or something, it wouldn't have felt the same way. But like, I think quite clearly, whether it's Maguire, whether it's Dalot, who I think had a very, very good performance today, whether it's Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Kobe Mino, Bruno, I think on a day like today, where clearly, in my opinion, Mbeumo and Ahmad were not up to par. Like, in my opinion, Mbeumo and Ahmad, who are usually our main either creators or goal threats, the two of them, neither of them could really, cut it today. But on a day like that, we still managed to score and we still managed to look a bit dangerous. I think that's an important milestone for the team as a whole. Being able to get results on days like today where your main attacking threats did not perform, I think is very, very, very important. So, honestly, I'm pleased, man. I can't say that enough.
Yeah, I echo a lot of what you said. I thought it wasn't a great game. It was a war of attrition, but we dug in, man. Some of those corners were like the Royal Rumble in there. I must say, Lammens today, very impressive. There's nothing much I can take from that game other than we had the appetite when nobody was really playing well. The ball wasn't sticking. They just kept plugging away, and that is a huge, huge 3 points, man. So just pure effort and, just grinding out a result like this is big, is big. I agree with you. I thought, for me, performance-wise today, there was a lot of bad, but I thought Maguire was good. I thought Dalot was very good. I thought Sonny Lammens was good. These were the three guys that stuck out for me. There was some pretty poor performances, but in the grand scheme of things, I just feel that 3 points was the most important thing. And as you say, and I think a lot of the sentiment that you put forward is echoed in the chat in one way or another, in the sense that, yeah, we didn't get entertainment and stuff like that. It was a real dogfight. And we came out on top away at Everton. They beat us last time 1-0 with 10 men in November.
I think that's precisely what pleases me so much about this game, right? Because I think it was never going to be a smooth, domination. It was never going to be tip tap. We're going to dominate them on the ball or something. It was never going to be an easy game, right? So I think everything that I saw today, including some of the misplaced passes, including some of the difficulties that Ahmad and Mbeumo had, everything that I saw today is what I expected, right? But I was looking for the team to be able to get over the predictable difficulties that we're going to have. So it was always going to be a very, very difficult game, very physical, very disjointed away at Everton. But the question for me, from my perspective, was, did our players and did the team have the mentality to not only match Everton pound for pound, but when we needed quality from Cunha, that pass to Mbeumo, wonderful, right? Sesko had the same chance twice where he could have converted and he could have scored 2-0. So I think the difficulties in this game, I already priced them in. And what I'm so pleased by was that we were able to get over the complications and still get the result that we so needed. Like, the result that we so needed and we so deserved. And like you said, that's credit to Lammens, credit to Maguire, credit to Euro, credit to Dalot, credit to Luke Shaw, credit to Kobe. Because Kobe
I'm sorry, Sean. I have to come in there. I'm really sorry, Sean.
But that
Oh,
was
jeez. Let him land at least, for crying out loud.
That was an absolute woeful performance. And the only person we should be thanking tonight is Lani Salmons, because the rest of it was absolute pile of shite. Was absolute pile of dog. Don't try to remix this, man. I've got to be honest.
We know the kind of show
both
it's
of
going
you.
to be tonight.
I've heard enough from both of you, honestly. Thank you, brother. I've heard enough for both of you. Absolutely. It's like you were watching a totally different game to me. That was abysmal. People, smash the likes, man. I'm 10 minutes away from the gas. And I've heard these two waffle like nobody's listening. What game were you watching? I think in the first half, we were the better team without creating anything of thought other than maybe the Ahmad chance, right? Second half, they come out and put us under the grinder. It was all them in the second half. The first 15, 20 minutes, it was all Everton. And if they had any quality, we would have got battered.
Yeah, but Nurdin,
I think it's the
keep
perception. It's the perception, Nuruddin, nobody's saying that we played well. We've conceded that we didn't play well, but we see the game. It was what it was. It was a dogfight away to a team that popped us with 10 men last time. Big pressure game, huge 3 points at stake. Usually we always fold in when we get an opportunity like this. You've seen it, guys. How many times have we been on this saying, how did we fold? Today, we stayed in, the boys dug deep, and Carrick brings Sesko on.
The only credit I give that he didn't wait till the 70th minute like he did last time, or the 69th minute like he did last time. So I give credit to that. He learned from that at least. But he should have started the game. I'm sorry, Bombay. He should have started this game. You and Sean can't tell me that, Sesko. This is a type of game we needed somebody with a focal point to beat up against the centre half, so we can put the. We actually.
I don't think so. Because they didn't sit back and everything. It wasn't a game.
It's not about sitting back. He's got pace. He can play on the shoulder. Ahmad, Cunha were offering nothing whatsoever. Neither was Mbeumo. If you're going to be honest, and the only thing that Mbeumo Cunha did was that they combined together once, and then that's when the goal came. Mbeumo passed the ball. That's all they did in the game.
I think there's a tendency, right, among the fan base to make perfect the enemy of good. There's nobody should misunderstand anything that I'm saying here. I'm not saying we dominated. I'm not saying we played well. I'm not saying it was a wonderful or perfect performance. I'm not saying any of those things. But I'm saying that, like, coming into this game, I expected a very tough game against a very good opponent in Everton. And I got that, right? I saw a fight, a difficult game, and a game that we had to have full concentration, 100% from minute 0 to minute 90. And so I'm not going to penalize this team for not being prime Barcelona, right? I'm not going to penalize this team for not being prime Man City or even prime Man United, in the sense that we're dominating, tip-tap, playing away at Everton, playing them off the park. Because I never expected that in the first place, and I don't think you did, or anyone did, expected us to come and bop them away at Everton. And so what I expected was what I got today, which was a fight, a very difficult game, and a hard-fought, deserved win, in my opinion. I think we got exactly what we deserved from this game, which was 3 points. And I'm not going to penalize this team for not being perfect in terms of the execution. I think we defended well. We put up a fight in midfield. We didn't have too much in attack. But I'm saying, to me, it's a good thing that on a day like today, when Mbeumo, our highest goal scorer, and Ahmad, arguably our brightest spark, on a day like today, where they didn't perform, I'm extremely pleased that other people stepped up today to make up for their own deficiencies. Big up, Lani.
Hey, big up, guys.
Good evening, Luani. How did you see that game? So we've had two takes. We've had Nuruddin's take and then the rest of the world. So Nuruddin is not happy. The performance was shocking. He didn't like it. He's not. Sesko should have started. We're saying we didn't play well. It wasn't a classic. It was a dogfight. We stayed in it and we dug deep and we got 3 points, a big 3 points. That's our interpretation. How do you see it?
Do you think Liverpool fans or Liverpool players are complaining about how they won yesterday? Or do you think City was complaining about how they won over the weekend to keep pace with Arsenal? Yesterday, I was talk about the fact that today's game have the potential to be a banana skin because it was away at Everton. But the two things I was more worried about, number one was the fact that our players will overplay the occasion. They will try to be. There are some people that will try to be heroes, and also if there is a certain sense of complacency, because we think we are a superior team, and we will just Everton will just roll down the red carpet for us. Now, I saw in the first element in terms of some of our players trying to win the game on their own, like Bruno, Cunha, Ahmad. Yes, but what I like is the second part. The complacency was not there. Everton gave us a fight, which was expected, but we matched that fight in the midfield and everywhere else on the pitch. I don't care if you're a quality team, you have to earn the right to win a game of football by at least matching the intensity that the other team is bringing to you. And that's what we did. As long as we were matching the intensity, we earned that right. And you earn the right for your quality to win that game for you at the end. And that's what happened. I've seen way too many games in the Premier League with this kind of scenario, whether it's City top or the cream of the crop or playing against a lower opposition. This is the business part of the year and the end of the year where look, people will call me hypocrite because I was lamenting about performance under Amorim, but under Amorim we are not playing for anything. Now we're playing for a top spot.
Under Amorim, Lani, there was no performance and no result.
And no result, and we were not playing for anything. If anybody has asked us under Amorim if we think we will finish in top 4 or top 3, we'll be like no. But now we're playing for something, obviously. So I'm not going to sit down here. Yes, we want Sesko to stop. But every time Sesko comes in, he's the difference maker. He scores. So are you going to look at... it's working. So are you going to look at Carrick and be like, yo, you know what? Because he's not starting Sesko, he's pushing out the wrong... No. He's making every decision he's making is spot on. So I stand behind the team, and as far as I'm concerned, when I look at the table, we are 1 point behind Chelsea, and we are 1 point ahead of Chelsea, and we are three behind Aston Villa.
Bro,
three ahead of Chelsea.
Yeah.
3 ahead of Chelsea, and then we are 3 behind Aston Villa. So we can go for that third spot. So, like, I'm fine with this. To be honest, I didn't know that this team...
Shameless, Lani.
So listen, Dino, before you come in, Dino, before you come in, there's a super chat. We've got a super chat. We've got a super chat. 1 second. ADNZ3CC, big up yourself for the super chat. Thank you, man. He says, high chance of making top 3 minimum. Be happy, Nuruddin. Yeah, I think with that win there now, that was massive. You know, however we got it. And if we're talking about business, we certainly, hit the sweet spot today with 3 points.
Nuruddin reminds me of those parents, right? When the kid comes back with an A, they're like, how come you didn't get an A+? You know, what about the people who are getting 100 over 100? How come you got only 90 over 100? Do they have 2 heads? I mean, I think anybody who is comparing this United today to the United under Fergie, I think you are a wicked person. Honestly, that's just my opinion. Because like if you want to say how the mighty are falling, all that kind of stuff, just get in line, right, behind all the people, all our opposition fans who now want to banter us because they're scared. Guys, let's not forget where we're coming from. And you can blame whoever you want to blame for the failures, right? I think today I'm anti-Glazer, right? And so the people that are saying the bar is in hell, yes, the bar is worse than hell. If there's a floor lower than hell, that's where the bar is, right? But we are on our way to Champions League, Champions League slots today. I personally believe that we are in a title race, but you guys don't have to jump on that crazy train with me. But if we're looking at teams, I'm ready to put I'm putting my hat behind it. Carrick is not going to lose a single game this remaining season, right? And this kind of performance that I saw today, I'm telling you guys, it makes me so proud because this team, even under Ten Hag towards the end, and especially under Amorim, we would have lost this game today. Like, we would have lost the game because the intensity of the Everton crowd would have been too much for us to handle. Like, there were times where it seemed like Everton were trying to find. And again, I cannot believe that one line of critique that you did, I think, I want to bring up is that Everton had moments of dominance. Like, what would you expect? Like, I don't think it's fair to expect that a team like Everton, with the quality that they have, with an experienced manager like David Moyes, it's not fair to expect that they wouldn't have any moments of possession or of attacking intent at home, right? And so the team today put up a fight. The team today showed enormous concentration for 90 minutes, basically, to defend well, to defend our box well. And even if we were not able to do tiki-taka, prime Barcelona or prime Man City against them, that was never what we were expecting from this United team. And so I don't see why we should judge them on that standard. All that we needed today was 3 points, and we got it.
You know what we seem to forget as fans sometimes? When we attack teams and it's not clicking and there's no symbios, we tend to forget that the other team also attack us. So that means that if they're attacking, we have to defend. And we are defending as a group. And yes, I know Lammens was amazing today, coming out, claiming all the ball. But when I look at that battle that was happening in the midfield, actually the age of Casemiro also shows today. I will not deny that. But everybody was fighting. I'm like, before he was going out, Ahmad was defending, like putting in an amazing defensive performance. Same thing with Cunha. He like, that's a part of them that I don't imagine they have. And I have to give them credit for that, because it looked like the message from Carrick is almost like a trade-off. You say, I will let you guys express yourself going forward, but you guys still have defensive duty that you guys have to acquire yourself from. And they got the message. They got the message, and is resonating with them. I don't know if you understand how hard it is to get players, professional football players, talented professional football players with character like Cunha, to believe in defensive duty, like Ahmad, to believe in defensive duty. Some players come with that naturally, but especially players with characters, they don't come with that easily. Other teams wish they have that, but it looks like we're putting together a good group. If they can defend, we will always have a chance.
I love Cunha today. Cunha was massive today.
Look across the league and look at any team you have even the one challenging for the league. Nobody is playing amazing football. I've watched the past 3 games of City. They are also stuttering. They are just winning their game based on pure quality. We're not gonna sit down here and apologize for our team winning, playing ugly and then winning ugly. I mean, no thing. Let's take this and just roll.
Yeah, honestly, Dino, 3 points, bro. 3 points.
I need you to move. Lani, I need you to move. John, I need you to move.
Wait, Nuruddin, please. I just want to plead with you. I want to beg you. I want to beg you,
Big up Ineos for the raid.
I want to beg you, Nuruddin, that when you go on, I want to beg you, Nuruddin, when you speak now, right? Please just address the points that we are making, because nobody here said it was a good performance or a perfect performance. We're just happy with the effort the team showed and with the 3 points that we got. That's what we're happy with today. Okay.
Go on, Dino. Take it away now.
Yeah, big up to everybody. Please smash the likes. Big up Rants for the raid. Appreciate you, King. Big up love Ineos. He's trolling me. You know what I mean? Trolling me on it's not even a word. He told his army, all the Bants army, to come and raid me. Big up and love. I'll say this. I thought Leliora was fantastic towards the end of the game. I thought Maguire throughout the game defensively was really good. I thought Lenny Salmons was absolutely, by an absolute country mile, was the best player for Manchester United on the football pitch. And thank God to him, every Manchester United fan and every Manchester United player and every Manchester United coach, and everybody owns him that. Big up Eski, I'll send you the link now. So I thought at the back there, especially those two, my problem today was that I said Everton actually would come and attack us, because let me just give a context. I never said Everton are a low block team. If any of you watched any of their preview, I never said they're going to be a low block team. I said their record at home has been absolutely woeful. It's been absolutely woeful, their record at home, right? And basically, I said they're not happy with David Moyes because there's a new stadium and they haven't got the same type of atmosphere, as they used to have at Goodison, right? And I said that we need to go there and show them. And I said that they're going to physically bully us. Go and check out. I said they're going to physically bully us. They're going to win the second balls. They're going to try to swing balls into the box. We need to be up and ready for those things. But I said, when we have the ball, we can dismantle them because other teams have dismantled them on the floor, even at home. Other teams have dismantled them and played them off the park. So we should be able to do it. But today, oh my God, I don't know. Maybe some of you can give that excuse. So maybe I just need to chill. Maybe I agree with you guys. I need to chill and just take the 3 points. I'm grateful for the 3 points, but maybe it's down to that. Maybe today's performance is down to that, to the 13 days being away from being playing any type of football. Maybe that's what it's down to. But some of the performance from Bruno Fernandes, from Mbeumo, from Cunha, from Casemiro were absolutely woeful. Normal footballers were hoofing balls everywhere. Bruno Fernandes was not even making 5-yard pass. Couldn't even make a 5-yard pass. And the only thing, we were the better team. We kept the ball in the first half, I thought. We controlled it a bit, but we only had 2 shots on goal in 45 minutes, right? That, to me, is not good enough for Manchester United DNA. I'm sorry for you lot, yeah, who are on this Carrick train. Somebody's got to be reasonable, and that happens to be me, because I feel like I'm getting bamboozled with this manipulation. Oh yeah, he's watching the kids on all this BS. I'm not give a damn about that. I look at your in-game management, how much you made improvement to the players on the pitch, how much you stick to Manchester United DNA, because that's what he's been tapped for. That's what everybody's saying, Manchester United DNA. But at times we play like England. Steve Holland coached England. That's what we play like. When you come up against a decent team who will sophistically fight you, you start panicking. But the second half was one of the worst performances under any era, whether it was Amarin Ten Hag or Michael Carrick. It was woeful. And if they had any bit of quality, they could have done something. Now you could say, if, but, maybe, and so. If my auntie was my uncle, right? You could say all of those things. But this doesn't give me any confidence. I'll take the 3 points. I'll walk away today. But this has to be a wake-up call. And I hope, genuinely, Michael Carrick and the coaching staff are going back to the drawing board and going, we can't play like that and expect to win or even get a point. Because there were times in that game, in that second half, where they were the better team and easily we could have lost that game. But if it wasn't for Lammens, I'll let Irfan come in and then we go to Eski.
Right, boys. Hope we're feeling good.
Yeah.
We're feeling great.
I mean, here's the problem. I mean, I watched that game and I'm like, to me, they're a championship side. I'm like, and I knew they're going to come very physical because that's what most people do when they can't beat us in football. They come to a physical game. And like I said, the first half, we didn't do anything. I wouldn't have taken him Ahmad off. I would have kept him Boom on. But then it was his assist that for that, that brilliant counter-attack goal. But to be honest with you, you're right, because I was watching this game thinking, we have to learn how to win other ways. We can't win the way we've been winning. We have to have something else up our sleeve. We have to have 3-4 different strategies of how to win. For the first half, I'm watching Mbeumo and Cunha and saying, Cunha, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? Are you coasting? Is this like beach Hollywood football? What is this? I don't know what they're doing. And then I'm watching us, and okay, I'll say, okay, the first half was very slow and lethargic. I mean, to be honest with you, for the neutral, it was a disgusting game of football to watch. Horrible, ugly football, horrible, right? But the way they started in the second half, I was like, okay, so they've obviously been G'd up to say, listen, it's 0-0, we can beat these guys, okay? And they came at us. But our ball retention, our football in the second half was shocking. I couldn't believe how many people gave the ball away again and again and again and again. And I was like, and I could see there was I mean, both teams were pretty lethargic, but I'm asking myself, what are these guys, are they on heroin or something? What's wrong with them? I mean, why is there no drive from the team? Why do we just seem to be so slow? Why can't we take a game by the scruff of its neck? And we hung in there. Like I said, I actually said after 70 minutes, I said, Lammens is like, look at the crosses, look at what the Arsenalification of the game. Look at you got almost like 11 players in the 6-yard area where the keeper is. It's absolutely crazy. It's like it's rugby. And I was watching it thinking, look at the tactic. And like I said, the way Lammens held himself every time, be brave, catch, punch, whatever. He saved us. The guy saved us today. Absolutely saved us. But also, Nuruddin, you have to admit, those 20-yard pop shots, all they had to do was left or right, bang, they would have won. Those 20-yard pop shots, they were just straight at the keeper. They were like Hollywood's easy saves for him. And like I said, they let us on because, not Nuruddin, whether we like it or not, our midfield in the second half, it just fades. It disappears. The competency and the lack of engine to drive in the second half is just not there. It's just not there. And I don't understand this fitness thing. I do think that those players don't cut it in physicality wise in the second half. They can't bring it. They run out after first half. I mean, I was quite shocked to tell you the truth. And looking at what he was doing, like I said, I was thinking to myself, okay, so what they're going to do this time? What their tactics going to be? And like I said, I wouldn't have taken a thingy off. I wouldn't have taken Mbouma off. I would have kept Ahmad on. I would have taken Mbouma off. Sorry, and like I said, Cunha to me saves himself because he's tracking back and some of those pretty good interceptions he made. But like you said, this was not. We got out of jail in many ways today. People say, "Oh yeah, look, 11 corners to 1, 11 corners to 1." And to be honest with you, I'm a bit bamboozled because surely they can see that this is not sustainable. You can't keep playing this way. You can't hope that because you've had 3-4 wins with this same way of playing and you're going to keep opening up teams or you're going to play on a counter. I don't understand the strategy. I'm trying to work out what are they thinking that I'm seeing. And like I said, bringing on defensive players at the end to hang on. I was like, whoa, this is not sustainable. But the problem is, again, Nuruddin, you're going to be gaslit. You're going to look like this guy's crazy. You're going to look like a nutcase because of the win. The win blinds everyone. The win blinds everybody else because you might got the win today, but you're gonna come up with a team. Let's just say a similar team Everton we play against, and those pop shots from 20 yards they go in the net. I mean, was it Keane's shot that was a wonder shot that almost went in? And another day that goes in. So we're riding our luck. We are really, really riding our luck, and it is worrying to tell you the truth. I hope.
Wait, so I
really hope we can save it. I mean, like I said, I would have had Sesko on much earlier, or even started with him, would have had him on just to change up a little bit, just to give teams something different to think about. And like I said, Nuruddin, I mean, I'm so lucky. I'm so glad we won. But it's very, very. I don't think this type of football is sustainable. You have lots of different strategies. You can't just have one strategy. You have to have many different ways up your sleeve. And I don't see it with this management. I don't see it with this backroom stuff and Carrick. I don't see it yet. I don't see him reading games and thinking, okay, I'm going to do this. I just see him riding vibes to a degree with his first 4 wins. I don't see anything tactical genius. I don't see clever man manager. I don't see anything yet, Nuruddin. I really don't.
Well, I mean, Irfan, I want to offer some pushback, I guess, if I can. So just, I don't want to.
I get that.
Yeah, and I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying. So correct me if I'm wrong now, right?
Wait, before you say it, I say what I see. We all see things different. This is the thing about coming on the channel. Of course. You all watch a game differently. I could sit next to you, Sean. I could sit next to Nuruddin. I guarantee we'll all see the game differently. And every time I come on the channel, all I observe is what everyone sees the game differently. Now, let me explain something. Hang on, last point. There is an art to watching football. There's a science. There's a there's a psychology. There's tactical. There's chess playing. There's being the tactician. That everyone watches it very different. Nuruddin watches it different from me. Everyone else watches it different from me.
I want to make sure I understand your
That's
critique.
What I'm saying.
Irfan, I want to make sure I understand your critique, right? So you're saying in order for you to have more faith/confidence in Carrick, you would have liked to see a more comfortable win today.
No.
In short,
I don't expect any comfortable wins because I don't think the squad is enough to win comfortably. I am saying I'm looking for the backroom stuff. Listen, guys, I watch cricket every day. I'm a cricket freak, okay? Cricket is all about tactics. Tactic. In a way, football will never be, okay? Right? And it's very technical. So you're always looking for masterclasses how to do it. I saw it yesterday, day before, when in South Africa battered India. It was a masterclass of amazing tactic, game by game, hour by hour, 15 minutes by 15 minutes of tactical maneuvers to outmaneuver a team that on paper is way better than South Africa. But South Africa slapped them and beat them, slapped them. I'm looking for some guile and sophistication from the backroom staff and manager to say, aha, we're going to do this, we're going to do that.
Wait now, wait.
I don't see
But
it.
Irfan, this guile and sophistication is not supposed to translate into more comfortable wins. Like I'm trying to understand.
No,
I'm
it's
trying
not
to be
about
fair.
winning. It's about
Okay.
showing me you know what you're doing, how to win. That's what it's about. It's about showing me you're thinking out of the box.
What would that look like? What would that look like on the pitch? Would that look like a more comfortable victory on the pitch?
No, I don't think
what would this?
No, it will. You know, I'll tell you what, Sean. It will see United making chances. You'll see United making the keeper make saves. You don't have to score, but I like to see chance creation. I like to see overloads. I like to see attacking with like fervor to say, right, we're on it. We know what we're doing. I like managers are going to show me how to open up teams, not sit back and hope for a bit of a what we call glamour football on the counter attack and score one chance. That's not the way I see football. A half decent team would have beat us today. A half decent team. Brentford was beating us today. Bournemouth would have beaten us today.
Okay.
That's what I see.
No, so I mean, I think on our way to this Everton victory, we have faced more than half decent teams and we beat them, right? We beat them. And I know the first one was luck, and then the second one was luck, and the third one was also luck. The fourth one too was definitely luck, right? The fifth one we drew, right? So I think a lot of people felt like they were vindicated in their skepticism of Carrick. And now this one that we've won too, but it's also luck. I'll let Eski jump in here. I disagree. At some other points, like we can talk about, the details.
Sean, honestly, this is embarrassing. Aspect of what you're saying is embarrassing. Go ahead.
No.
It's embarrassing, man. I'm sorry.
No.
This is how he sees it.
Hold on.
1 minute. Let me just get the super chat. Big up Adewale said we didn't play well, but we got the 3 points. I get wondering saying United fan base gets too good at it. I hope Carrick starts Sesko next match. We move. Yeah, big up, bro. I appreciate you. And big up to AD as well. High chance of making top 3 minute. Be happy, Nuruddin. Listen, I'm happy with the 3 points. You can't get any happy, but I'm telling you now. That was like I've been put through the meat grinder or I've been put in a microwave. I'm watching the game. Can you imagine what it's like to be watching a game from a microwave? When it's how many? What's the temperature of a microwave, fan? What we're looking at? I don't know how hot it is in a microwave or in a washing machine. I felt like I was watching a game through a washing machine because I couldn't see what some of these footballers were doing, and I've got to put it down to rustiness. I've got to put performance down to rustiness. But Eski, can I just ask you a question? I want your match reaction, bro. When you bring on Masraoui 15 minutes to go, you're telling yourself, your players on the pitch, you're telling all their fans, their manager, their coach, and their players on the pitch that, yeah, we're going to try and hold on. It was ridiculous. The last 15 minutes didn't have to be that way. It did not have to be that way, but go ahead.
I mean, look,
it was a shocking substitution from.
I respect your and Irfan's opinion. I just couldn't disagree more, to be honest. I agree wholeheartedly with Sean. I think even the title race bit, I've said for weeks as well, I do think we are in the title race. And look, for me, you can look at this game. Right? If we, I know, big up Sean. Sean, normality is resumed. Sean, normality is here. We're here, right? Here's what I'm going to say, yeah? If we had lost the game today, the first thing everyone says is defense is shocking. We sat back, we let everyone come in, and we had 20 corners and we conceded a goal, right? That's one way of looking at it. That's just one view. Glass half empty, whatever. The reality is we defended 12 corners today. Le Mans was immense. And I think people, when you pigeonhole people based on what they say, it's very extreme. There's extremes everywhere, right? In politics, football, everything is the same. So when you say people get too giddy at the win, if I say I'm happy with the win, you'll interpret it as giddy. Other people would say giddy, whereas it's a very what you say surface level, pigeonhole of what I actually believe. Like, I don't think we played great today. I'm happy with the win. I'm not upset that we let Everton put 12 corners against us, because the reality is none of us can sit here and confidently say before the game we were going to batter Everton. Like, I've just heard everyone's opinion here. We all thought before the game that was going to be a very difficult game away from home. We all got what we expected, but like Nuruddin said, he gives Michael Carrick credit because why? Against West Ham, he brought in Sesko too late, brought him on earlier today, we got the goal. He could have had 2 goals today. I do think he should have scored that second, but regardless, he's got the first goal. So everything's ticked here. You can say in-game management, because since Michael Carrick's come in, I don't know if you can name me another Premier League manager that's had substitutions that have led to goals or assists. I think Cunha's had a couple of assists when he's come on as a sub, when we had Dorgu in the team.
Sesko's got like, 5 off the bench or something like that. His minutes to go ratio is insane. So people were saying to me, oh, why is he not starting? And they're like, yeah, well, why would you change something that's not broken? We play once every fucking fortnight. We can just carry on what we're doing. It's fine. So for me, he is ticking a lot of boxes along the way. And for me, I think judging him either way is too early. If you say, yes, he's the guy for the job, which I'm more inclined to believe, it's too early to say. If you say, I've not seen enough of what's going on and he shouldn't get it, it's too early to make a decision that he shouldn't get it as well. So I think there's just too many extremes going on. But I think the fact of the matter is, we didn't play great today. We got what we expected, but we got a manager that had learned from the last game. Whereas if you brought on Sesko at the same time this game as the last game, we might not have won. Do you know what I'm saying? Everton might have got one and we'd be looking at a draw again. So for me, boxes were ticked. I think we're heading in the right direction. I think teams don't want to play Man United right now. If you look at the form that we're on, he's still unbeaten. And I don't think we're unbeaten in 10 or something like that, 10 Premier League games, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's a really long run. So if you look at it, I don't think it's that bad. I think we can look at positives from this game, and this the overarching feeling that it's negative, I just think it's untrue. I think we're onto something here, and we just need to keep going. Just don't look at anyone else. Just keep going one game at a time. I'm happy with what I saw today from a lot of the players. Did they fuck up? Yes. Was the passing shocking? Yeah. But I think sometimes you're as bad as the opposition, John. Some days it's just like it's not going for both teams, so there's not really much to work on. Is there stuff that we can do to improve on? Yeah, absolutely. But I think overall today, it has to be a happy sentiment, man. I can't see anything but a happy sentiment from the game.
Big up, Pesky. Guys, do want to address... I mean, I was watching these corners. They're not even asked about getting on the end of the ball. They're just asked about basically barracking
it's
the
ridiculous.
keeper. What is this new version
It's
of
Def Jam.
corners?
Def Jam icon, man.
It's Arsenal.
In there. How
It's
do you
Arsenal that
see
caused
this?
it.
And do you think we need to have a look at the rules, man?
Nah.
Crazy.
We just need to thank our stars that we now have a keeper that is brave enough to step out and catch the ball, like as opposed to Onana that we had previously. I'm just glad that Lammens is the guy basically in post, because I don't see how as a referee you can address it. And I think these guys are learning from Arsenal, where just have a few players attacking the goalkeeper, right? He caused some commotion in the box, wait for the second ball and try and score then. It's an effective tactic, to be honest, but I think I don't see how the ref or the league can do anything about it.
Football is like just a collection of impediments inside the box. I mean, people
They'll amend the rules, don't worry. They'll change the rules in it. They'll make
I wanted to just add to Eski's point about the game, to say, for me, like, part of why I'm so pleased about this game is precisely because of how tough it was. Because it was a tough game away, that's what is making me happy about the 3 points that we got today. Because we all went into this game, I never expected that, after playing the way we played against West Ham, that all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, this team was all of a sudden going to develop some super tactical, tippy-tappy passing skills. That was never going to happen.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, Sean. I agree with
that. That was never going to happen, right? And so let's not make perfect the enemy of good. Again, I think it is perfectly legitimate as a team to defend and to have moments of being under the cosh. Everton, again, are a tough team in this league. They're going to give anybody a tough time at their home stadium.
Sean, nobody's talking about that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. It's about what we do when we've got the ball. It's about the chance that we create. It's what we do with the football, with this football. That's
right.
And we were dog shite in the second half. You got
yes,
that.
we were.
Last Chivera United Real Therapy. Make sure you follow him on
X,
right.
So again, I'm not going to penalize this team for not being perfect in possession. I'm not going to penalize them for that at all. Because I already priced that into what I expected this game to be like. I expected a tough game, a hard-fought game, and that if we were going to win, it was going to be by moments of quality. And we got that today. We defended well. We were competitive in the midfield. On a game like today, especially because people like Bruno and Ahmad did not have good games, I think the mark of a quality team, which is what we're trying to be, is that on a day where your two most quality, most vibrant attacking players don't step up, do you have other players willing to step up? And today, Cunha stepped up. Today, Sesko stepped up. Today, Maguire stepped up. Euro stepped up. Dalot had a decent game today. And so, I'm not going to penalize our players for not being prime Barcelona. Like, I never expected them to do that. And so if they have flaws in possession, that's okay, because this team is still a work in progress. And so when we get found out on a counter, can Maguire defend, right? Can Euro defend? Can Luke Shaw defend? Can Dalot defend? Is Lammens, our keeper, able to keep the ball out of the net? And so, like, why are we penalizing our players for doing their jobs? This idea that for Carrick to earn his stripes, he needs to absolutely dismantle every team that will come up against. I just don't see how that's. I don't see how that is realistic. We're putting points on the board.
Sean,
we're putting points on the board.
Nobody said that. I'm not here to shout and scream with you, but nobody's saying that. I'm saying, can Manchester United, with the players that we have, that you keep telling me are potential league winners, can we create opportunities? Go ahead.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And we did. And we have. Ask Arsenal about our chance creation. Ask Man City. Ask Fulham. Right? We can. Go on.
No, what I have to say is that we can create chance, no, then, but when you're playing football and creating chance, you ought to understand that you will concede chances. And the example that always comes to my mind is Brighton. Nobody can stop Brighton the way they move the ball and the way they create chance galore. But they pay for that maximum chance creation by also conceding chances, by being inconsistent. We need to apply context. And the context in this sense is that we cannot afford to be inconsistent because we are playing for something right now. I understand the team is not the finished product when we're still trying to break teams down. Like today, Everton in the first half, right off the bat, they give us a little respect. They give us a lot of the ball, but we couldn't do much with it. Just like the other game, we couldn't break them down. I see Kobe Mino too slow on the pass because the runners were not going in. And then sometimes he tried to carry the ball on his own through the line, but it was not working. I see Amad Diallo not being able to beat his fullback. And the same thing on the other side with Cunha. We were not having success at that. And then when Everton realized we were not doing well, they decided in the second half to attack us. But this is part of the ebbs and flow of a game, because if a team decides to attack you, you have to also be able to hit them on the break and make them understand that you have another dimension to your game. Otherwise, it will be like just a free for all. They will just come and they will not think that you earn that respect. Now, the difference between what we were seeing on the Amorim and what we're seeing now is that, remember, when teams come right off the bat on the Amorim, they were not giving us respect. They were just playing football. But now, at least, they will let us have the ball and they're asked to break them down. And then they will grow into the game. So even if they're growing into the game, then at that point, they're playing into our hand because we know that we have the vertical threat. We are playing for top four, guys. And that's the difference. I would take this point.
Well, Lani, let me just get last word from Bumbai before he needs to go. He needs to go and pray, man. Big up to Bumbai for jumping on. Appreciate him for jumping on straight away. Go ahead.
Anytime. Gentlemen, 3 big points. Not a great performance, but we move on. Peace out. Love.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Habibi. I appreciate it.
Habibi, take care. Good night, all.
Hey, good night. Yeah. So yeah, look at Brighton, right? Their last game, they took Brentford apart 2-0. But the game before that, they lost to Liverpool 3-0. The shitty Liverpool that's not been well this season. That's what I'm saying. We cannot afford this kind of inconsistency. I'm okay. The part of the game that you're asking our players to produce in terms of combining the system of Carrick and creating a goal scoring opportunity and moving the ball properly, keeping it properly. That comes with a lot of time, a lot of training session. And this is the part that we expect to develop in the preseason, hopefully with addition of other team members. But right now, we have 10 games left to play and we are playing for something. So hopefully next year, we are in the Champions League and we are all sitting here enjoying football on a Tuesday afternoon or on a Wednesday afternoon in Europe. And hopefully the owners that force their hand to invest more into the team. That's all what we want right now. All we want right now.
Yeah, big up, Ben. Ben, talk to me. You were at training. Oh my God! Thank God you missed the second half. What did you catch of the game?
I watched the whole game, man, because it wasn't. We weren't training on the pitch today. We were training in the gym today, so they actually had Sky Sports up in the gym. So I watched the whole game, man. First things first. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the chat, man. Free Palestine, man. Always. I mean, there's 5 United fans that play for us, including myself, and I think every single one of us just feels embarrassed. I think we are very, very lucky to come away from a win tonight. Lammens, my man of the match. What a breath of fresh air, man. That man is he's got such a bright future for us, man. And long may it continue, man. Look, I'm not going to give him too much credit because I don't really want to give him too much gas, because obviously he's still a young kid. He's still developing. He's still in his early ages for a goalkeeper, man. But it's looking really, really good, promising for Lammens. And I also want to give a big shout out to Lani Euro too. He's definitely bulked up a wee bit, so he has on his physicality, and that's something I really like to see. For a developmental player, and I'm glad obviously he played quite well tonight. But the rest of them can all hold themselves up to shame. I mean, yes, Sesko got the goal, but I thought we were absolutely fucking dreadful tonight, man. The performance, just so sloppy on the ball. Carrick's tactics yet again. The start.
Ben, just wait there 1 second. Yeah, one second. Sean's got to go. Just get his last word before he goes.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
I just want to say. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed about this win. I don't know who's feeling embarrassed, but I'm proud of my team for stepping up and getting 3 points. And long may it continue. Big up, guys.
Big up, Sean.
Thank you for coming. Carry on.
No, big up, man. Big up, Sean. Nah, man. Honestly, so sloppy in the ball. The starting 11 was absolutely atrocious. I said to Saeed, I said to you, Nurden, I said I want Xerxes and I want Sesko to start. Ahmad must hold the bench because he cannot cross the fucking ball. Obviously, his crossing has been absolutely atrocious in these last previous games, especially against the low blocks, especially against West Ham, Fulham. And I think Bruno should start because obviously he's more. He actually impacts the game more in terms of the set pieces and stuff. But look, like I said, I think the game overall, I think we got so lucky with the win. Tonight yet again proves that Carrick is not the one. Yes, people can say, What are you talking about? He's got 5 wins and 1 draw. He's still undefeated as a matter. No. I don't care about results. I don't care about if Man United get top 4 or not, man. I care about your in-game management, your improvement in players. The ability to break down low blocks is the biggest red flag I want. And he has not passed that exam at all, man. Yet again, yes, Everton didn't play the low block today. I was actually kind of surprised with Everton's approach. They mixed it up. Sometimes they played the low block. Sometimes they actually played high press. And we actually struggled getting out of the first phase. We actually struggled. And you know what, man? Look, David Moyes is a very, very experienced coach, man. But I'm sorry, man. Carrick's got to do better, man. I'm sorry. See if this was Amorim. See if this was Ten Hag. People be on onto this show and say Amorim this, Amorim that, Ten Hag this, Ten Hag that. No, it's fucking Carrick this, Carrick that. Yes, the players can, every single one of them except for Euro and Lammens, fucking atrocious. McDonald's yet again, bro. Just goes to show that how far in the hole we are as a football club. We've kept this man for fucking 12 or 13 fucking years, man, and he's still here, man. Bruno Fernandes. Look, bro, I'm counting down the days when the next summer transfer window is, man, because this fucker just needs to get out of my fucking life. He needs to get out of my fucking life. And yes, people can say about an agenda, man. I never rated him before he even came United. So just hold that, everyone. Yes, anyone can say in the chat that I have an agenda against Bruno Fernandes. I just don't like him as a footballer. I just don't think he's a good footballer. That's it. But yeah, I think every single one of them, Cunha, greedy, man. Just so greedy. Yes, he played a lovely ball to Mbumo, just so greedy tonight. Ahmad yet again, just non-existent. Dalot, I thought Dalot played okay, but defensively just shocking. in-game management from Carrick. Why the fuck are you bringing on Mazraoui and playing Dalot as a right mid and Mazraoui as a right back? You're basically inviting
Insult, yellow card. Go ahead.
you're inviting Everton to, like, we're basically hold. You take the ball, we surrender. We're gonna defend. This is Mikel Arteta tactics in the first season. I remember every time when we score that, sit back, we keep the ball, and we don't go for the second goal. No, mind is always it's 0-0. It's not you're winning. It's 0-0. I don't know what Carrick's doing. Carrick's not vocal enough, in my opinion. I didn't see him scream at any of the players or fucking shout at any of the players. Like, what is he doing? Like, what is he actually fucking doing? And look, it's not always on Carrick, in my opinion, because Carrick's basically, like, our bench today was absolute. That just comes down to the board not doing their fucking job. Yes, people can say, man, this just goes to show that we have got an incompetent board. We're an incompetent football club. Yet again, so at the end of the day, man, you just know that what. I just think we got too many players. You're like the top of the world. You're like the best in the world. You've got like, oh man, I'm on £100,000 a week. I'm buying a Lamborghini. I'm buying this. I'm buying that, bro. Just fuck that, man. Focus on the pitch, man. Like, you know, I just don't get. I just think there's a bit of an attitude going on. Like, I seen Cunha tonight have a go at Mbumo. Like, there's just too many like superstars in this team. It's not a fucking individual game. It's a team game. It's a fucking team game. And I think Carrick's got this completely wrong, man. And I think Weetabix and Barada, Potato Head, it's shocking, Nerdin. If Carrick,
I have no idea what you're playing.
If Carrick was permanent manager right now, I'd be Michael Carrick out right now. Instantly. I've seen enough.
What the fuck?
You know what I'll say? You know what I'll say? I'll say this. I think 2 to 3 things can be true at the same time. I think in the second half, it was a dreadful performance. We thank Lenny, Yoro, Maguire, Senny Lammens. Those 3, to me, I thought were phenomenal. I thought his substitution, bringing Mazraoui on, was just incredibly naive. I couldn't understand that. I couldn't believe that. And but you know what we want is 3 points. Sometimes you have to win ugly, especially in certain times of the game. And there's only certain things that we can criticize. But I put it. What do we put the performance down to, Irfan? Do we put it down to that the 13 days they didn't play? Players were on holiday. You know, Carrick, obviously he's their favorite, and now he's sending them everywhere, anywhere. I'm not trying you to be flying all different parts of the world, and then you put a performance like that. I just don't get it, Irfan. I don't know what's going on, but what do you put it down to, Irfan? By the way, I just want to update quickly. By the way, I was Lenny Salmon 70%. Sesko 21%, Maguire 2%, Euro 7%. I think you're really harsh on Maguire and Euro. Put his head on things where he was not the corners and stuff like that. And by the way,
like, okay, slow because I haven't played. I don't get this. You know more about this than me. I don't get it. But any sort of real pace, we don't. It's all played at beach volleyball. Sorry, beach football pace. It's just they're all coasting in many. Obviously, the frantic nature of Bruno, he plays a frantic football. He's not like a De Bruyne whose passes and most of the time are going to go to where they're meant to go to. This guy, obviously, you know, he obviously makes lots of assists, but he also gives the ball. I mean, we needed composure in the second half. I did not see any composure. Stop, hold the ball, even from anyone. Just hold on to it. Run with it for 5 seconds. Run back. Just hold on to it. Let the players regroup and go, okay, let's make this pass. Everyone just gives it away, and our passing has always been shocking. But when it's bad, it's very, very bad. And look, I'm looking at what Eski said, and people. I'm trying to say, did I see something different to everybody else? Look, I understand there is a little grey area of nuance here with the way, you know, like Nuruddin expects like super high level at certain levels of football, and I get that. Winners expect that. I get that. No, but and then there's
Irfan, I don't. What I expect is for us to have quality on the ball and create chances. Because you know why, Irfan?
But you just use the word quality.
Because that's sustainable. That is fucking sustainable. Even if you get beat in that game, you think, you know what? Actually, we created chances. We were just unlucky today.
But Nerdy, we don't create chances. That's my point. We don't create chances.
Irfan, I'm not expecting incredible football. I'm not. I'm expecting to get the ball down and to be able to create chances. But finish up and I'll get Eski in.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like I said, I mean, look, you mentioned it before. The athleticism of Sesko to run past, was it Tartovsky? From the I don't know, from the 6 yard, whatever, from the edge of the penalty box. I mean, there are things there, but that's what I'm saying to myself. Like, you've got to learn how to mix up. You can't just be playing this sort of counter, this counter-attack way. And I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, I don't see any gelling from the front three. I mean, obviously, I don't think anyone really had a good game today, apart from I thought Maguire had a great game, and obviously, I do think we missed the ball through the middle from Martinez, and we missed that today, Nuruddin. We did miss that. But like I said, it's the physicality. We always get bullied, Nuruddin, physically. We always get bullied. And we are physically quite a weak team. Look, I could also be on Eski's side. All people say, yeah, positive, because we defended really well. We defended that, those flipping, what we call line-out throws in rugby union. We defended those very well. There are some positives, and some of the positives are some of the grit we showed. But offensively in midfield, come on, we can't. That type of football is not sustainable. As I said, those pot shots from 20 yards out, 25 yards that went straight to Lammens, they could easily have gone either way, bang, goal. And if we'd have lost, I would love to see what these fans would have said to us today if we lost that game. I'd love to see what they have to say. But like I said, I can't explain the lethargy, and I can't explain it to you. I don't know why we don't have the second half. We just sort of grind down and we become this very slow, almost like camel speed team in many ways. I don't get it, because Nuruddin, whether we like it or not, 11 corners to 1. If you didn't watch the game, if I said to you 11 corners to 1, what would that explain to you? 11 corners to 1.
Well, it means nothing, not Irfan, because the context of all those corners weren't that they had like great chances and the keeper made saves for the corners.
But
they hit it off people's shins.
See 11 corners. How do you?
I'll tell you. I just want to tell you. You watch the game. They just hit the ball off people's shins. It was literally hitting off the fullback shins. Right. So contextually, yeah.
To do that, Eski,
Yeah, but were you ever? All right. Hold on. Let's just. All right. Be honest. Yeah. Give your opinion. Were you ever scared of Everton scoring today?
With those
from open play,
20-yard pop shots from the outside the box, I thought one of them was going to go in. I thought they were going to have one.
Okay, all right. So So if the only threat that you had was a wonder goal or a pop shot from 20 yards, so it's a low chance goal, I will take that every single game, because that is sustainable. If you said to me, I was scared when my man was in the box, or they had a shot from inside here, or Lammens pulled it out here. Lammens was sensational today at claiming crosses, not claiming he had one save from Keane. Let's be real, and you couldn't tell me anyone else who had a shot from.
No, there were a couple of people, but they were straight out. They were straight at him.
Right. Okay. All right. So they were straight at him. We've conceded wonder goals this season, and I'll be real. That is just a concern. But what would you pull that down to? You concede wonder goals one every 2-3 games. What does that come down to? Ultimately,
we're not closing down. We're not closing down these people.
Right. That's fine. Everything in but. The thing is, everything in hindsight, what you're saying is correct. But the problem is, it's all in hindsight. Like you're saying, the 11 corner things is true. But if you look into it, wherever all these corners conceded from, it's literally near the fucking corner flag because it's come off someone's shins. It's different if you contextualize them and say, Lammens has had 7 saves and 7 out of those 11 corners was because of Lammens. That's not the case. Factually, that's not the case. So the thing is, the 11 corners is factually correct. But factually, what isn't correct is the way you're kind of alluding to how we got these corners. If you were to spruce up a certain way for someone who didn't watch the game, show them stats, they'll say, right, you got battered by Everton. But me, who's watched the game, I'm just going to say to them, well, I'll sit you down and show you every single corner we conceded, and you tell me, were you ever scared we were going to concede before that corner was taken? The answer is no.
But I can come back to you because hang on a second. Hang on. I can say to you that this time we actually defended the corners really well.
Before the corner, no, hold on. I'm talking about open play. But hold on. Defensively, this season.
Open play. I agree with you, Eski.
Right, that's the point. So, but on corners, all right, fair enough, in agreement there. But on the corners, then, Man United are one of the best corner takers right around. Defensively, we're not half bad. I'm not going to say we're the best. I don't know the stats and that. We're not half bad. But what you can look at it and say is, David Moyes got it spot on in the midfield. He didn't give space to fucking Cunha or Mainu when they're trying to run through. How many times does Mainu dispossessed? You rarely say that in games. David Moyes is a manager. He knows, right, how does Mainu tip? You can give him space. Casemiro's next to him. He can play 1-2 touch off you, and he can go, right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put 3 guys in front of him. If he tries a little dribble on his own, that's it, bang, and we're going to start going this way. It wasn't that hard to actually figure out. And you point with the Sesko goal when he scores on Tarkovsky. It's a Tarkovsky like over 30. Forgive me if I'm wrong. He's an old man. But he looks like an old. Either way, he's got several years on this guy. So you brought on fresh legs of Sesko against someone's granddad, and he's run past him and he made it look easy. Yeah, but that's because he's come on as a sub. If Sesko had started the game and he got shut out the whole game, maybe confidence drops. He's a young kid. Maybe after 10 minutes, he's nothing going his way, and he says, "All right, nothing's happening, so I'll stop making the runs today." He's come on fresh as anything, 0-0. I'll fucking win us the game again. There's ways of looking at it. I'm not saying your way is wrong, but I'm just saying I can just look at it differently.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Do you think
please.
our fourth place allies with our performance today? Fourth in the league. Do you think that allies with that?
Well,
do you think they marry each other there?
You don't. I'll answer your question, but the premise is flawed because you judge it by a season. Based on today, no. But again, the judgment of where you are in the league, usually your reflection of where you finish in the league is true, right? Tottenham have been shit old season. If they're in a relegation battle, should they be? Yes or no? They should be, absolutely. The league table doesn't lie. So if we all agree here, the league table doesn't lie, we can catch on third. If we win every game this season, I believe we are in a title race. How daft it sounds, fair enough. But if you've got Arsenal who are in for 4 trophies, no team in this country has gone for 4 trophies and won 4. Liverpool have had egg on the face. City have won a treble that we failed to stop, fair enough. But they've got like 20 fucking more games to play. We've got 10. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, anything's possible. We can catch Villa. I'm looking at City, really, not even Arsenal. So regardless, we're in the top 4 to have 5 race. We're comfortably all in there. We can all agree on that. I'm saying that you can blow today's game out of proportion and go sick. For me, I'll be honest, guys, if we play like this in the next game, I'll join your side. I'll say this is terrible, this is shite, whatever, because it's about consistency. Consistency playing well, consistency playing bad. I'm not going to judge it off one game. Off one game, I'm not going to judge it. West Ham, okay, we played shit, but did my manager learn? I think the managers learned from West Ham, and that's why we've got the win today.
I think you learned to bring Sesko.
What I wanted to say about Irfan, your question about if the way we play today reflects our position in the league. I won't say that based on this game. I will just say that based on Carrick's tenure, we played six games. We won 5 of them. Yes, he deserves to be where he is in the league. The issue about the corners and the fact that they don't tell the tale of a game. Corners can signal a change of approach in the team that have scored a goal, that decide they're going to attack. And that change of approach is not necessarily due to the manager giving instruction. It could also due to the players subconsciously that know that they have something to play for. They're defending a lead. They drop back 2 yards and started to defend. It could also be of a change, subconscious approach from the other team that is at home. They know that they have nothing to lose, and they have their fans behind them, and they're smelling blood. But the issue is, you have to ask yourself, when the tables are turned that way, is your team capable of defending and then using what they have best available as a weapon, like hitting teams on the counter, is also a weapon. It's a weapon that I've seen City use, Arsenal use. The best team, Liverpool, used that. Klopp literally made a living of that. So, look, I'm not going to sit down here and apologize for our result. When I look at the table a few weeks ago, I see City themselves, who is in the title challenge. They literally drew 3 games in a row. They drew against Sunderland, they drew against Chelsea, they drew against Brighton. Like, there is no set formula at this time of the season to win a game. And what you are advocating for in terms of patterns of play, breaking things down, those are things that are harder to achieve, and they require a little bit more time, a little bit more application from the players, and a little bit more symbiosis from the players. Their ability to assimilate the system that the manager is trying to transfer to them. It takes a full preseason for some managers, and they'll still get it wrong. But what we want to see, what is easier to apply, is a defensive shape. And are they defending well? Yes, they are defending well. And it seems like they are getting the message, which is a trade-off between, if a coach come to you and say, you know what, it's going to be a trade-off, I will let you guys express yourself in the front end when you have the ball, break teams down based on what you judge necessary. And as a trade-off, I need you guys to defend properly, do your job. And they're doing that. I will agree with that. You see a lot of imperfections in this kind of style, but you can tell this is what Carrick won, even through his changes, because he seemed to be relying in crunch time more on the experienced players more than the younger players. That's why he took Ahmad out and left Mbomo in today. For me, that's the manager knowing that when things get hot, he needs the older players to be there because he prioritized a team that's able to fight versus a team that can make a difference in terms of talent. So we need to get, as the result keep rolling on, and we have an objective that we keep working to, we need to just accept that. If next season or like you say next game, we start seeing a pattern of the same thing, then we can come here and start pointing that out.
Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Like defensively, like we that's probably the only positive I can think of. Like that we've had in these previous seasons. Obviously, with Ten Hag's first season, like our defensive shape was actually quite good. Obviously, with with Martinez and Varane. But bro, like even in that first season under Ten Hag, the football was just shocking. Like we weren't creating many chances, especially in the low blocks. We just weren't creating shit, man. Like once we get that first goal, it's just basically keep the ball, slow the game down, and basically we're inviting the opponent to come at us, like which is just so wrong. And like when I'm watching this system even more, I've seen it today. I'm so fucking confused on what Bruno's role is in the team because I'm seeing him as a defensive midfielder. I'm seeing him as a center back.
Even forget about Bruno. There's something that I forgot. That's very important, right? During Ten Hag, we will see Ahmad completely ostracized out of the team. He was on his way out. During Amorim's tenure, sometimes when we tried to substitute, it was Casemiro out of favor one day, and then another day. When he's substituting Casemiro is looking at him like, really? Me? Am I coming out right now? Or he's bringing in Kobe Mino. Kobe Mino have that shitty face. Or Lenny Euro, who's out of favor today. But now with Carrick, what we're seeing is, regardless of who's starting or who's coming in, it looks like every player is content of the part role that they have in the team. Sesko coming, he makes his difference. Lenny Euro hasn't played a game, but he came in today. He looked like he didn't skip a beat. Those are things that are important. That means that as a team, everybody is kind of gelling in terms of accepting the role that they've been given. And that also need to be commended. I'm not saying Carrick is the finished article, but the audition continues.
Yeah, but at the same time, like he's still a caretaker in a way. Like he's not a permanent. Luani, this would be a completely different case if Carrick was the permanent manager because Sesko would be really annoyed at Carrick today if Michael was the permanent manager. He'd be saying, "Coach, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I've been scoring goals in the past few games here, and you're not starting me still." But the difference is the fact that he's a caretaker. That's the difference because they think in their heads, right? Carrick's only here for the short term. He's not here for the long term. So it's basically like party football in a way. Like it's all like fun football.
Yeah,
like
I'm glad you brought that up. That the difference, you saying the difference is the caretaker. I'll say the difference is the context. Who thinks that? What makes us think that if Carrick is permanent manager, Sesko won't start? Right now, he's like I say, he's playing for something, and he thinks that in this specific context, he needs his experienced players to start a game for him. Maybe when he comes from preseason, he have a whole season. We have 4 high-level games or 3 high-level games in a week. He'll use his team differently.
Yeah, and it's so simple as well because like even a few of the United fans today at training, they were all saying, I guaranteed, even if, say, for example, Kobe Minu was swapped, like, see all the Bruno fans out there, like, in the chat as well, even if you swap Bruno for Minu, if you want to start Bruno, or if you swap Bruno for Xerxes, if you had Xerxes and Sesko today, that game is completely different on the outcome. We probably would have won 2 or 3-0 today if Sesko and Xerxes started today. Because why? You've got 2 different profiles. Xerxes linking up the play and helping out the wingers and also the midfield as well. And then you've also got Sesko and Xerxes who can both obviously good in the air and also They're just strikers. We just need. The Said kept talking about it on the Said's stream. We just need strikers, man. This whole like bullshit like of having wingers as false nines. It doesn't work against these smaller teams. It just does
but you're
not
saying
work.
what you're saying. That you're not seeing what he is seeing in training. All we can say that what he is
I want to come in
doing
with an analysis,
is working.
Lani. 1 second, please. Lani, I want to come in with some analysis. Because I don't know, you are Mr. Analysis. And I don't know what agenda that you've got on tonight, but I'm just flabbergasted. You're very shameless with some of your takes tonight. Because if this was Amorim, oh my God.
Oh, be mental.
I already explained, Nuruddin, why I have to apply context. During Amorim, we were not playing for anything. We didn't expect anything. Now we're playing for something. So, of course, my bad. I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm saying the jury is still out when it comes to Carrick, Nuruddin. The jury is still out.
Okay, I just wanna how I saw the game. I wanna analyze the game. I thought Everton began quite aggressively. They were pressing high for the first 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Obviously, they got no quality in the last third. A lot of long balls, aerial duels. They won, I think, 27, and we won only 16, aerial duels. That was their main weapon. Barry couldn't bring the wide players, couldn't link up. We were content to absorb the pressure at times and to keep the shape. We got an Ahmad goal. We combined a little bit. I think there was 2 moments in that first half. I think, obviously, the shots where the ball came in from the left-hand side. I think it might have been Diego Dalot missed it. Then Cunha then hit the ball at Ahmad. Then Ahmad, the ball deflected. It was a weird one. And Ahmad then hit it. Pickford got his fingers or hands to it. The ball then was about to trickle to goal, but Tarkovsky got back there and cleared it. The possession in that sense, in that first half, we had a lot more possession. I think they had 38% possession. We had over 60% something possession. And then I think we had 1 more shot. So in the first half, we had 2 shots, right? Second half was completely a different game. Everton came and stepped it up. And then we kept sinking deeper and deeper into our area. There was 1 or 2 moments, I think, in the game where we had a bit of sustained possession, where we tried to open them up. And Cunha was frustrating. He could have freed Sesko in a bit earlier when he ran, and it was 2 against 2. Because Everton then became desperate, because obviously they're at home and they had to go for it. So in the second half, they came out way more positive. And I thought second half, then we played on the counter. We became the low block team that we complain about. And I don't think Everton were the low block team tonight. Second half, they risked everything. And obviously, the combination of brilliant switch by Cunha, the only piece of quality any Manchester United produced in that second half was that ball by Cunha, the ball by Mbeumo, and the finish by Sesko. So we're thankful for those 3 things, a piece of brilliance. But if you watch the goal back, it was Everton pushing us back. And we won the ball deep, and we hit them on the counter, and we got that goal. But after that, I am absolutely shocked, because the thing about it, if Carrick is going to become our permanent manager, for me, I'm not just looking at whether we lost 3-0 tonight, whether we won 5-0 tonight. I'm looking at things that I can see in games. I'm looking at patterns. I'm looking at the ways that we can play. Yes, some games in football, I'm not over-romanticizing. The great league winning Manchester United, the 13 league titles, every one of those wins, the league title wins, wasn't incredible football. No, but it was something you can throw your hat to. And it was something that you could go, you know what, I can see that next week. Today we were unlucky. Next week we'll go. Now, I understand, Lani. I understand where you're coming from. And I understand that you're coming from saying that he's not been here that long. And Amorim was here for far too long. And he coached pile of shite every time we went on the pitch. We didn't have a clue what was going on. But tonight, and you're going from the West Ham game to tonight, I expected him to learn massive lessons. I think he did that, and I give him props for Carrick that he bought on. I think he should have been on at half-time, but I'll take it. 50 minutes. Was it 50-something minutes he bought on?
53.
10 minutes. 10 minutes after.
Yeah, so you know what? Fair play, right? I'm not going to moan about the 10 minutes. Yes, he bought him on, and he learned from it, right? But bringing on Masraoui 15 minutes to go, for me, told everybody that's watching that game, we were gonna low block the hell out of that. Eski, please mute. If
sorry.
Yeah, you're making too much noise in the background, but love fucking. And for you to come in. But I'll just say this, right? I didn't see anything that give me confidence. Are we playing Crystal Palace on Sunday at 2:00? I'm worried now, genuinely worried. Now, the question I can ask you guys is that, was that down to, that's the question I'm going to ask now, was that down to because we had 13 days off and some of these players were flying everywhere and looked like they left their brains wherever they were on holiday?
It's just a bad day in the office, man. There's nothing really you can... Sometimes you just have one of them days. No one was really on it, you can say, today. So, and yeah, bit of magic from Cunha, but, you know, it's our 3 summer signings that have got the goal. It's Cunha to Bruno to Sesko, goal. So you can look at it and say, you know, our signings have just come good there, you know, but you look at it and say, yeah, today, I don't know. You can say, yeah, it's the 13 days, but everyone can give a different answer and everyone is right. Do you know what I mean? No one can literally say this is it definitively. So we can all give our opinion on it. But I just think there was no one today who really... What I would say is, yeah, no one set the tempo today. None of the midfielders really said, okay, here's what's going on. I think Casemiro tried, but again, I think David Moyes combated our midfield tactic. So really, I think the game was dominated by David Moyes' midfield fucking, you know, just pressure what he put on us there today. And I don't really think we played low block today, Nerida, just because we scored the counter-attacking goal. Didn't it come from Everton, like, set piece?
I'm sorry to say, go and have a look at the heat map. In the second half, they absolutely pushed us right back, and then 15 minutes to go, and even 20 minutes, even before that, before we even scored, they were pushing us lower and lower and lower. And in the second half, we played on the counter. We low blocked the second half. First half was an even game. Second half, we low blocked it. That's a fact.
Was that after going 1-0 up?
Even before we went 1-0 up, and that's why we were better on the transition, and we caught them in a moment of lapse.
Yeah, but hold on, if you're a better transition team, does it not make sense for you then to play a bit less with the ball? Because same with Everton, they brought up the stat during the game. Everton's points that they've had with over like 60% possession versus less than 60% possession, their points per game is 1.9 compared to 0.9 with less of the ball. I'm pretty sure Man United stats this season won't be that dissimilar. Over the years, historically, over Ten Hag, Ollie especially, Amorim, you know, and fucking now, we've been better without the ball. Against City, less of the ball, better side. Against Arsenal, less of the ball, better side. For Fulham, we actually were the better side. Then Harry Maguire gives a penalty away, concede a wonder goal, and then we win it in the end. So if you look at it from that perspective, it's not, you know, I can't really agree that much with what you're saying. So I think if you are a transitional team and our players are for that, then you should just play to your strengths, right? It's why everyone said, why is Amorim playing a back 5? Play to your fucking strengths. Carrick's come in, played to our strengths, very basic. He's had about, less than 2 months with the team. And we look half decent and we've been in football games that no one would have given us a chance with. So you can look at it 2 ways, but at the end of the day, we'll finish top 4. People will still moan. It's fine. We would finish out the top 4, people will still moan. So it is what it is. But why did we play bad today? Well, a number of reasons, honestly. It could just be the 8 o'clock kickoffs. Notoriously, we just shit at 8 o'clock kickoffs, aren't we? Especially on a Monday. Fucking rainy night and as well, whatever. I'm going to blame the weather, Nuruddin. The weather was the reason why. I'm going to move like AFTV. The weather, the rain, everything, the traffic, all of that. That was why we played bad tonight. The AFTV moment.
Yeah, do you know what it is, man? With when it comes to like, you know, obviously the holidays. Like, I think Euro and Heaven went to Dubai and that. Look, I think small portion of that can be to that, but bro, we had literally had 2 weeks off. Like, it's not like we had a week off. It's 2 full weeks off, man. And look, I don't know how many training sessions we had under character. Obviously it's a shame that Leacha has a calf injury now, which is a shame. But I just don't think it is a bad day in the office. Yes, obviously we didn't really play well at all, but we
won. Listen, we won.
No, I just
listen. I'll be back in 5 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, big up, man. I just think we have a really bad curse in our hands right now, and like what I mean by that is, I don't think Man United's biggest issue is like how we play against the bigger teams like Arsenal, Spurs.
No, City. Don't say Spurs. That's right.
Yeah, I know. But over the years, like Spurs have been shit.
Okay.
But Liverpool, like Villa, like I don't think our biggest issue, even under previous managers who like we've had that have been shocking. Like even they've pulled out results. Like look at Amorim obviously at Anfield. Look at Ten Hag at with City. Look at Ollie with City. Like, you know, I don't think the
Yeah.
biggest issue is that. I just think what goes through these players' heads and what goes through the coach's head on the approach of, you know, your Evertons, your Nottingham Forests, your Burnleys, your West Hams. I just think it's just I just think the approach is just nowhere near good enough. And like, people are gonna say that it's like it can be difficult at times to break down low block teams and like players like and the thing is, obviously with Everton tonight, they didn't really essentially play a low block, but there was spells that they did play that low block because they had like 10 players behind the ball, and it was literally
Okay.
at one stage.
So with that, Ben,
we're just not. I just think that's our biggest issue right now. If Carr can get that sorted, because the thing is with the in-game management, he can fix that because he's still very, very young. But if he can just master, not completely master, just get the basics right on how to actually break down a low block, that will encourage me to actually say, okay, Carrick, I can actually see something here, because defensively, I like how we're set up defensively. The shape's there, but it's just breaking down low blocks. We're going toe to toe with the teams, but it's just the shitty teams is our biggest issue right now.
No, but answer me this then, Ben. What you said, yeah, is very interesting. But over every manager since Fergie, right? You could say they didn't know how to break down a low block.
No, Van Gaal,
you could, right?
Van Gaal did.
Besides
Van Gaal
Louis Van Gaal, who
no one else, because do you know why?
Okay.
Because, but it's crazy. Because you look at Jose, you look at Ollie, look at Ten Hag, you look at Amorim. Leave Amorim out of this because his is just a completely different fucking system. But see them fucking managers I've just mentioned. So Ten Hag, Ollie, them two there played the exact same system as what we're playing with right now. 4-2-3-1. Mourinho, sometimes he played a 4-2-3-1, sometimes he actually parked the bus and played that 5-4-1 or 5-3-2, whatever it is, man. But there's most of his like managerial career at Man United was a 4-2-3-1 with obviously Pogba, Nemanja Matic, and who was the other fucking I can't remember the other. Herrera. Yes. But look, I just, do you know what it is? Like, part of me even, like, I was saying this to a few of my mates there tonight at training there. I was like saying, do Man United just need a complete, like, new system? Like, and like we need to stop, like, if I was asked,
what does that mean?
Like, just what I mean by that is like a new formation. Like, yes, we've tried the new system with Amorim, but can we not just do, like, just go back to the old days, like with Fergie? Like, he always played two strikers instead of one striker. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think the biggest issue we had today was one, we played players in the wrong position in a way, because we're playing Bruno as a false nine, but he's a defensive midfielder. We're playing a Mbumo who's a winger, but he's a striker. Like, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. You know,
Ben, let me go on this, right? From what Nuruddin said in terms of he thinks that maybe the result today was due to the fact that we have one game a week. I don't think this is the case. I think this is just a case of a mentality in terms of, not that the players didn't want to give their all, but we are playing for something. And every time you play for something, there's an element of pressure. You go into self-preservation. The best analogy I can come out with is that when Manu Pacquiao was to fight Floyd Mayweather, I don't know, Floyd Mayweather had to protect his undefeated record. Everybody say that he was running that fight, but what interest does he have in getting into trading blows with somebody who has everything to lose, who's past their prime, while he have to preserve his record? We are playing for top 4. Everton is not playing for anything. So, of course, when they came and attack us today, we have to keep that shape and try to hit them with the best we have, which is counter attack football. And there's nothing wrong with that. You see, the issue I have is when Amorim was here, Amorim took the team at 1/3 of the season. He took us all the way down to 15. Carrick took this team at let me say at 2/3 of the season gone, and he's taking us up. There is a difference. Yes, when Amorim came, he was a tactician. The thing he's trying to do, the pattern was clear. We were creating goal scoring opportunity, but nevertheless, we were going down. So regardless of the manner in which he's doing it, we have to give Carrick credit. The only issue I have with him is that we cannot legislate to give him the job based on what's happening right now because he has not been truly tested yet. By next season, teams will come, managers will make adjustments based on the way he plays football. And by next season, he will also have very, very hard decisions to make. Decision that will go against his own principle. You can see one of his core principles is believing that the veterans, the older people, the experienced players will get him out of jail. But what would you do when it comes to a point that those veterans, those older players are turned to be a liability? Bruno, he's 30-something. In this game, he was a liability to everything he was doing.
Yeah.
Casemiro, he is also old. In this game, his deficiency were glaring to see. But next year, if Carrick has the job, will he be able to advocate for Vibel and Wilcox to sell Bruno? Would that be possible? Will he be able to tell them, will he be able to bench Casemiro if they bring in a new midfielder? Those are the difficult decisions. I don't think Carrick will be able to compromise his principle. That's why, despite how well he's doing, I don't think that he should get the job at the end of the year. I believe somebody who is more flexible in terms of the way the team should get the job, and will do better. But he cannot take away from what he's achieving. He's doing amazing right now with what he got. I'm just not expecting it to be perfect. That's all.
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. Like I said, like those decisions, obviously, it's gonna be very interesting in the next few months and weeks as well, man. Because I mean, when Carrick came in, firstly, before all this, I can't remember. He got sacked. I think it was Ten Hag, wasn't it? Might be wrong, anyways. But no, it was Ollie. Ollie got sacked. He immediately dropped Bruno, and that was a complete shock to the fan base. But we played really, really well under Carrick. Those first two games, I think we beat wasn't it Arsenal, and then we played Chelsea. We drew to Chelsea. I think I can't remember the
Champions League game.
Champions League. Champions League game.
Yeah.
You know, but look, it's just those decisions there, and probably another thing as well. Like I'll probably give props to Carrick as well as the two in the midfield, like defensively, like the shape wise. I like how close Kobe and Cass are playing. Like they're very, very close to each other. Like similar to like how I described Newcastle's from midfield three, obviously with Tonali, Bruno, and Joe Linton. But look, I think one thing that really kind of exposed, like I didn't really like in terms of the midfield too, was they're a wee bit too cautious in terms of leaving each other. Whereas I think today we actually needed either Cobbs or Cass to like leave, like sacrifice one of them and actually push up even further. So I had to add another midfield, to add another attacker into the final third. I think there was just too much, worry because if Cobbs went up towards the attack, then obviously Cass is left by himself. But I just
even today's gimmick, right? Today's gimmick that he did, I noticed two things. First, Ahmad coming to the middle and Bomo going to the wing. I don't think that worked. Because as much as Ahmad is good on the ball, once he's in the middle of that pitch where he has to consider both sides have wing mirrors, he's not that kind of player. He's more on getting the ball and facing his fullback face on and dribbling and carrying the ball forward. Mbomo, I don't know. Mbomo is a willing runner, but when Mbomo faced that fullback today, he couldn't dribble the fullback. So that gimmick did not work today with Carrick. And the same thing when I look at Casemiro and Kobe Mino, who should be in the 8 and who should be getting the ball off the defender. Today, we see more Kobe Mino being as a number 8, a little more advanced, trying to break down the the defense with forward passes, and Casemiro being more of the one that was receiving the ball as a register. And Casemiro doesn't have that. He's not a register. Casemiro he doesn't have like a half turn on him. So I would have preferred Kobe to be the one receiving the ball straight from the defense and Casemiro to be the one further up, especially that Casemiro's third man run. He have an eye for the goal. So those two things backfired today, but still we have the quality to kind of compensate for that. But we have to earn the ability to compensate for those kind of little mistakes by putting up a fight. And I think we did that today. We put up a fight. We didn't lose our composure. Usually when team concede goal, is due to lack of concentration. You cannot tell me that with all the corners that we concede today, we did not. Did it? Yes, I know Lammens was amazing coming up and claiming the ball, but our defense didn't lose their concentration. Even in the instance where Lammens punched that ball outside the box, there was not an instance where just an Everton player just took a pop shot. We were blocking everything, and that you cannot. It's not something that you can teach. You know, the players have to be committed to that, and I like that from our players.
Yeah, I think go ahead, SK, if you want to come in there.
No, sorry, I just about to sneeze. Sorry, I was about to sneeze. Sorry.
No, you're all good. I think another shout is I think I don't really like how Carrick and even Amarim as well. Like I don't like how both of them are treating Mazraoui right now. I think Mazraoui is definitely a good shout to start over Shaw, because I watched a wee bit of the AFCON, and Mazraoui actually played a lot on that left back role and also the right back too. And Mazraoui was so high up the pitch in that left back role, and he was absolutely quality. So do you know what? I think Luke Shaw was poor today. I think Luke Shaw's cross was absolutely atrocious. Defensively, he was just shocking as well, man. He wasn't even looking over his shoulder today. He was actually getting caught a lot today. I think with Cunha, obviously defensively today, he was quite good. I think if that was Rashford today, I think we would have got. I mean, we probably would have been annihilated that side, man, because they were just getting through us all the time, man. But look, I think there's wee things there that Carrick needs to work on. I'm still very confused on what we're trying to do with Bruno. I think if Bruno's trying to play as a second striker alongside Mbeumo, then why is Bruno further back than Casemiro and Mainu? It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Yes, Bruno's trying to dictate the play, but surely you should be replacing Mainu or Casemiro in that position instead of the second striker. It just doesn't really make any sense,
Ben,
you know.
I can tell a whole paragraph about Bruno, but a lot of people will not like what I have to say, right? There was an instance today where Harry Maguire nicked the ball, right? Everton was on the attack. Harry Maguire just nicked the ball. I think it was around the 60th minute.
Yeah.
He nicked the ball and he started galloping forward. Guess who showed up to take the ball off him instead of making a forward run?
We know.
Bruno Fernandes, our creator extraordinaire. He took the ball off Harry Maguire, and the first Everton player that showed up in front of him, bullied him, took the ball back, and before you know, our attack turned into a counter attack for Everton. This is the kind of things, this is the kind of person we have in our midfield. Okay? This is the kind of thing some people see, but they choose to unsee, because at the end of the game, he'll come out with a brilliant assist or something.
Yeah.
I don't unsee those things. Our biggest problem in this team is Bruno Fernandes. And when it comes to fine margin, I swear to God, he will make us pay. Okay, it's not even an agenda.
Who's not spoken yet? Irfan, are you there?
Yep.
Eski, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Right, listen. Question from Windy. Big up Windy. She says, question for the panel. United are not hiring a manager. Facts. They're hiring a head coach. So is Carrick good enough as a coach? That's the question.
Hell to the... Okay. Nah, I'll wait. It's too early.
Me, personally, I don't think so to manage Man United to sustain us at the top. I don't think he is. But like I said, I don't really see who's going to come to Man United. Already. That's why he said he's going to get. I don't see who's going to come to Man United that we like. Name me one. Remember when I mentioned what's he called? The guy who manages PSG.
Enrique.
Yeah. Nuruddin said to me he was a checkbook manager. Okay, he was a checkbook manager. You're muted.
You're
The
muted.
big
You're
managers
muted.
are checkbook managers. The
Checkbook
most
man-
successful managers are checked. They win because the owners of that football club,
Like
the
Pep,
structure of that
Pep
football
checkbook.
club, all of them win. Yeah, that's how you win.
Yeah.
You win
So
because
that's what I'm
look,
saying. So
look
I mean-
at Ancelotti when he won in England. He
Yeah,
won
yeah.
because of Ibrahimovic wanted to win.
Facts.
No, I'm saying that. So I'm trying
He's
to
not
see.
coming, by the way. Luis Enrique is not coming to Manchester United, by the way.
No, he's
Know
not.
that.
I know he's not. He's not coming up. No, but I'm just saying. This is again. Every time we get on the channel, we always have this debate because I don't know whether half the people see it one way, half the people see it another way. But to me, I look at the other teams. I look at how they're playing, and like I said, we all agree that it hasn't been high quality football in the Premier League at all this year. We agree it's been one of the worst in a long time.
Yes.
The standard. We
Correct.
agree on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
So
I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you put that into context of where we are, you know, you have to also understand. You have to be honest about where you think our team could be. So let's just say, you know, everyone's going to improve next year. Let's just say the standard's going to go back up. We need to improve. I just see us still coming back from the pain of Amorim. The unprofessionalism, the joke of Amorim. So I still see as a recovery, but I'm looking at the next 6-7 games. I don't think the games we got are going to be easy. So I don't know where we're going to go, but I don't have enough faith in Carrick. Not as it because I like him as a human being.
Yeah,
I just don't know he's been long enough at the top level and he's experienced enough to cope with all the different tactics and nuances that come with Premier League football. I don't see it yet. But I'm happy to be wrong. Let's see the next how. Let's just see where he ends at the end of the season because there's no discussion at the moment. If you're smart, you can't be favorable about anyone at the moment because it's too early to say with this guy. At the moment, like I said, my only problem is I just don't see anybody else coming to Man United at the moment. I just really don't. I've thought about this quite a lot. I don't see anybody that could turn us around, that understands the Premier League or understands how to play against the many different ways teams in the Premier League. So it's a very, very tough call. This is a tough question. People have asked me, and I said, "What do you think of Carrick?" And I said, "Look, you know, there was a bit of a bouncing, and like I said, he made the team compact. He changed the tactics. He got the belief back in the players. We're fourth. You know, on the whole, I understand why everyone's happy. I understand why people will see the game differently from me. You know, Lani, Eski, everyone, they all see today's result, differently to me. I'm obviously very happy that we won. You know, I punched the air when he scored the Sesko goal, but I just want us to see signs that we know what we're doing. We're playing better, and we're making these improvements in terms of game management and being offensive and having many different ways to crack the nut. I don't see it yet. I just don't. I don't understand why.
It's too soon, Irfan. It's too soon.
It's too soon. It's too soon. But
I just wanted to entertain that question. That's all.
No. But my point is today. The reason why I agree with you today is because when I saw that second half, I was like, "What's happened to these players?" The second half, what has happened to them? You know, because some of it, Nuruddin, you can even take the manager out of the equation, and the players have to have will and desire and hunger to win. And I just look at that second half and think, was there really that desire, or was it just all kind of like sort of kind of disjointed, misjointed? Was it all disjointed football? I don't know. I don't get it. But when I see people outrun us and out battle us, that always worries me. And then you look at the tactics and you think, well, we're losing a physical battle. What are the tactics saying? So, you know, I mean, someone come back to me and say, look, well, he brought Sesko on it earlier and Sesko scored. So with that, what can I say to you about that? Because like I said, that is masked by the fact that we won. I don't want him, because I'm old enough to understand that you can have these games where you win and everything looks hunky-dory, but the reality is you're going to get found out one day. And that's my worry with this team. This is why I'm a bit glass half empty as opposed to glass half full. A lot of you guys are glass half full. That's how I see it.
Big up. Yeah, big up. Listen, everybody, last comment is, has there ever a player who deserved man of the match is Lani Salmon, so give him a round of applause.
Big time.
Yeah. Thank God for Lani Salmon. Thank you. Last words from everybody because I need to go to bed. I've got a busy day tomorrow. So let's do it quickly.
Last word for me. I see in the fans or in the comment Bruno fans coming from me. Oh, you'll be hard pressed to see a number 10 in the world that have a lower pass completion percentage than Bruno. You can call him a 10. I know he's not a 10. You can call him a shadow striker because he's too weak to be a striker. He doesn't have pace, and he might have an eye for the goal, but he doesn't have pace or enough strength. He doesn't have a back to go playing ability to be a striker. So he's not, and he's too limited in his ability to be a midfielder neither because he can play that through ball. He only have that ball over the top. He's not press resistance. So what is he? Bruno is the only player I've seen in the world that we literally inventing a position with for actually. They give him allocation on allocation, allowing him to roam around, doing whatever. That doesn't really exist in football. You know, the last time I've seen the position of shadow striker matter is in the old 4-4-2 system. In the new system, there's no shadow striker. It's either you're a winger or you're a midfielder. So which one is he? Is he a winger? I don't think so. Is he a midfielder? I don't think so. So go figure. Maybe I just consume football differently. But I know if I have a 10 that have a pass completion percentage in the 70, he's not playing in that number for me. He's not. Because teams don't start their attack from our half. That's counter press. They start their attack from their own half when they give the ball away. And by the time that ball end up in our nets, the person who made that mistake have disappeared already. Okay, so chill.
All right.
See.
Big up, Lani. Go ahead, Evsky. Last word from you.
Last word from me. 3 points. Sesko scores again. Going to the next one. Title charge. Let's be having you.
Crystal Palace, I think, on Sunday. Right.
4-0. Telling you.
All right. Well, let's hope.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up for having me on as always, man. Big up to the panel, man. Great show tonight. Yeah, man. Free Palestine, free Sudan, free Tigray, free Yemen,
Congo.
free Congo, free Venezuela, free everyone that's oppressed, man. And yeah, man. Look, I mean, see some of the comments coming at me tonight with Bruno this, Bruno that. You know, like my thoughts on Carrick and stuff, bro. Do you know what, man? Like, I mean, everyone can say whatever they want, man, and like, you know, to me personally, I think tonight as well, it was alarm bells for us as a club in terms of we need to go into this market in the summer. Yes, to focus on our midfielders and to on our defenders too, like our centre backs including and the full backs. But we need to invest in the striker market as well. We need to have a backup to Xerxes and Sesko, man, because today you can't really play. And if you're going to keep Carrick for next season, believe me, even if you go and get Cole Palmer, by the way, I think Cole Palmer could do way better than Bruno Fernandes in the system. But even still, I don't think Cole Palmer would be as impactful as as Bruno, because I think Cole Palmer's more suited to the wing, to the width, should we say? But look, that's just my opinion, man. But everyone can say whatever they want about Bruno. Like, if I have an agenda or not, I've said it. I even before he came to United, I watched him at Sporting Lisbon. He's just not my type of midfielder. I don't see him as a midfielder. I see him more as a false nine, and right now he's not playing as a false nine, so that's just my opinion. But look here, Carrick, I'm a wee bit annoyed because not a reason why I've said Carrick, isn't the guy, and I've actually took the early approach is because when I look at our fixtures, the only fixture we have left in terms of low blocks is Brentford and Nottingham Forest, and they're way down the line. We're seeing Brighton there. We're seeing Crystal Palace there, Villa. These teams are going to be going toe-to-toe with us. So, like, I can't really judge Carrick with those teams because I know Carrick would do quite well against those teams, just like the other previous managers in the past. It's just these low-block teams. we need to bring in a coach that can break down low blocks. And the last person to do that was Van Gaal, man. But yeah, big up everyone. Smash the likes, people.
Big up.
Subscribe. Free Palestine as always, man. And free everyone that's oppressed, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Irfan. Last word from you.
I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be too down about it. I see the game as it is. I don't agree with anybody in particular. If we happen to agree, it's coincidence. We see the game the same. I'm happy we won. I'm happy that the fans are still happy. I'm happy that we're in fourth position. These are all things to be happy about. Am I happy with the football at the moment? No, but like I said, I'm not crazy about being the best at the moment. I don't want to just see improvements. I don't care how big the improvements are. As long as you see improvements and we're playing well, I don't even care if we lose. But as long as you see improvements. But like I said, we're a divided fan base. Some of us are happy with this. Some of us are happy with that. You know, at the end of the day, let's hope that we get our fit players back. Let's hope we get Martinez back, because I think we missed him today. Let's hope we get Dogu back. Let's hope we can, show different ways of winning, and let's hope we can continue. But looking at the next 6-7 fixtures, I think it's going to be, once we lose one, we're going to see what his team under Carrick is like already. And that's what I'm going to say. Once we lose a game, we're going to see what his players are really like. But I read it. I see it how I see it. If we agree, we agree. Like I said, I'll repeat myself. And if we don't, we don't. But onwards we go. And let's hope things can turn around. But at the moment, I don't see it yet. I don't see it fully yet. I see little improvements, but I don't see the improvement I need to see, I think, for the standards I accept of Man United.
Yeah, Manchester United are 3 points ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool, who are the chasing pack people. There we are. We sit fourth tonight. Played 27, 13 wins, 9 draws, 5 losses. 4 goals, 48, 37 against, 11 goals plus, 48 points. That's where we are. We are 3 points behind Villa, who have been second a lot of times this season.
Yeah.
So we're going to end on that positive note. But this football cannot be sustained. Manchester United cannot play like that against Crystal Palace on the weekend.
Fair.
We cannot. 3 points we move. I think we end with that. Yeah. Free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, free Biggery, free
Venezuela,
Yemen,
free Cuba, free Iran,
free Cuba, free Iran, free everywhere where the imperialists have got their thighs on, and free everybody who shouted free Palestine at the BAFTAs as well. Absolute pile of shite. Honestly, yeah. Big up to Jarvis. It says, big up lads, 3 points. Clean sheet, but it felt like a preseason for 6 days off. And we're back.
Come back flat. We come back that flat.
Out holiday instead of holding the momentum. Shocking. Yeah, but this is what we are, innit? This is where we are. Big up to you, Jarvis. Make sure people
big up Jarvis. Big up
Jarvis's and Stu's tactical breakdown as well. Love to everybody. Love to you. F the Glazers, F Ineos. If you want to be down with them, then you know where to go as well. But yeah, F the Psyos and the imperialists and the colonizers and the war machine. Solidarity and love, and F the fascists as well. And big up to all the anti-fascists that came out on Saturday on the streets, because fascism, you need to defeat them on the streets, trust me. Love and light. Take care, people. Good night.
Big up, guys.